Welcome to the Business Inside panel. Forbes magazine's panel dedicated to businesses whose bosses can come and tell us all about where they've come from, what they've done, and what they'd like to do in the future. Here with us is Fred Rivard. Hello.
Hello, Jean-Marc.
You're the founder and CEO of a company called MicroEJ. Did I say that right?
Yes, that's great. MicroEJ in English, exactly.
Who are a business in the digital domain.
Yes.
So that makes me unable to explain exactly what you do. I can't even show the product. As a TV journalist, that makes me quite unlucky. So I'll let you tell us what you do. I tried to outline before that you're currently building a rival operating system to the big systems that we all know, like Windows, Android. But you said, no, we just complement them.
Exactly.
What do you do? What is your technology, concept, or intended usage?
Everybody knows smartphones.
Yeah.
The whole economy around the smartphone only exists because we're able to produce applications very quickly. There are around 1 million downloadable apps on an Android phone. The whole idea around creating an application has been made very simple, whereas in a technical sense, we have a very complicated electronic device. There are loads of processors, graphics, networks. It's really complicated to design a software, but thanks to Android, which is an application container, which has separated material innovation from application software innovation, we're able to create applications and software components quickly and apply them to a lot of materials. We can get that done quickly.
If it works, that's great. Is there anything left to do?
Exactly. We took that concept, which requires very large application containers in a phone, and we have reduced them. This concept of being able to add great value to a software through just a tiny chip, that's what we've allowed to happen.
So it is applicable across devices that connect to the internet, for example?
Yes, we exist across all devices that can connect to the internet, whether that be thermostats, ovens.
What about cars?
Cars?
Even cars?
We have clients in the automobile domain who make cars. We're in wearables. We're in electronic meters. We're in general device manufacture for checking blood.
How did this idea come about?
So,
Was it yours?
yes, it was ours. The idea came about,
Where were you?
I was at IBM at the time.
And IBM was being affected by Windows.
Yes.
Suffering.
What we saw was a general digitalization of the world. Everything was going digital. Before, there were sensors and some electromechanics to make a device. Now we have sensors, an electronic chip to program that will make decisions, the business software. This business software that has to go into the chip either costs a lot of energy and time, or we can reduce that time. There are currently processes that allow you to go really fast in a computer, in banks, in servers, on smartphones, and that whole process that allows you to quickly get a device on the market wasn't available for smaller devices. We've allowed that to happen because that technical building block was missing. We've reduced the size of application containers, which lets you design an app quickly for a device. I'll give you a rough estimate. Our clients that manufacture cooking appliances,
Seb.
for example.
For example.
Exactly.
It's true.
They can now get devices on the market 2 or 3 times quicker than before. It's a really good process to go to the market. If you have an idea, you can not only reduce and optimize the unit material costs, thanks to prior simulation of these software bricks. You'll be able to say, I need a $4 processor, not a $5 one. When you're producing 1 million devices per year, if you're wrong by $1, then you lose $1 million. That's a rough estimation. That's why it's really important to do the math properly.
It's fast and inexpensive.
It lets you make things inexpensively and get them on the market quickly.
And microelectronics are going to be introduced into anything and everything.
Exactly, across the whole value chain. People who produce electronic chips, people who produce maps, our clients who manufacture products and put them on the market. Everyone is speeding up. We're all happy to have products that get on the market quicker.
If that didn't exist, we'd be forced to go through Android smartphones, which is a real pain. We're not going to...
It is a real pain and really expensive.
We're not going to put a smartphone in a pressure cooker.
It would do the job.
Yes, of course, I got it.
It's just too expensive.
It's been made smaller because...
It's the same with a watch. We're not going to put a battery this big in it.
You've reinvented the electric motor that Mantelet invented for coffee grinders. Those little motors people used to use.
We've made available
Incredible.
an industrial process, and we're making it.
Is that French?
Yes, we're totally French. Our capital is all French. We've made just under 10 million products. We've spent about 40 million euro in R&D.
Where are you based? In Nantes, essentially?
Our biggest team is in Nantes.
What's going on in Nantes is unbelievable, isn't it?
It's very dynamic. There are loads of schools, really well-trained engineers, and so it really is our breeding ground.
Do you rent the product or do you sell it? Is it license-based or what?
We work with concessions.
How does it work?
We own the intellectual property. The concession is to allow for copies of the intellectual property.
Terms of use, royalties.
Exactly. Our business model is in every device. This device is powered by MicroEJ, a bit like Intel Inside. We say, powered by MicroEJ. We are at the far end of device value, so we get a bit of compensation per device. We are currently sitting at 100 million units sold.
100 million already?
Yes, we surpassed 100 million at the start of the year.
Do the Chinese not have this? They haven't found it yet.
The Chinese, we have clients who manufacture in China, but the Chinese currently don't have this technology. Our client base is quite global. We have the world leader in printers. We have Seb as well.
Printers?
Yes, printers. We're targeting the big companies in the market because when they have a lot of products, they try to capitalize on business bricks, which hasn't always been totally feasible. With us, thanks to the container, once a business brick has been made, we can put it on a new device. There's a virtuous cycle that establishes itself with our clients, and the new products are made incrementally. We're getting into the market faster and faster.
It's also very on trend. It consumes less energy.
Yes, it is low power, obviously.
There you go. It's low power.
You have the marketer. They're up against the market, and they need to make functions. On the other hand, there's the price element. The price can be the battery. Then you get heating problems, etc. Typically a wearable. Let's say that by the end of 2022, MicroEJ will have more than half of brands who manufacture wearables powered by MicroEJ.
Until the biggest players wake up.
We're tempting them since we've already gotten rid of Android things among a certain set of clients.
Yeah, they won't like that.
They won't, but it's open competition, and it's interesting. We're currently beating them. We're also way more agile. We also have good engineers and good ideas.
Do you have any competitors yet? Is anyone thinking about it?
Our competitors are mainly people who have developed containers internally, completely ad hoc.
For them.
For them, it's not the standard at all. It actually poses a lot of problems since the engineers that we find in the market aren't trained. It's quite complicated. We also encounter clients who move over to our solutions. That's an ideal client for us, since they know the concept and what they need. Back in the day, about 10 years ago, there were no standard offers. Then we came in and they switched over quite quickly. That's the case for almost a third of our clients. They prefer to switch to someone specializing in application containers.
Your name is Fred Rivard?
Exactly.
And the name of your company is?
MicroEJ.
MicroEJ. Your website is .com or .fr, so we can find it easily.
.com.
.com.
Sorry if it's too much English, but we're definitely French.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Jean-Marc.
Thank you.